It's time for Power Hour.
Is this your homework, Larry?
You see what happens, Larry?
Dump it.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the stream. It's Friday, right? Yeah, it's Friday, the end of the week, and we got some ongoing selling pressure. Been pretty incessant since Wednesday, and currently the S&P 500 is trading at its lowest price since May 15th, well below that support of 420.
Is that a joint?
Nope, just a key inflection point. Heading on down to 405, which would be some sort of swing low from May of 2021. And also, it's been regarded as support in April and May of this year. So that's target. Third peak. Hidden bearish divergence. The Wombo combo, Wampa Stompa, N64 cheat code. Prevailing again in performance and reliability. You gotta love it, man. The third peak, the hidden bearish divergence. The third valley, the hidden bullish divergence. Oh my God, how many times we got to see it? And how many times did it have to keep playing out before we just say, dang, man, amazing. So I would say TA respect in a lot of ways so far. This is the S&P. Just started the stream with that because it is power hour. And, you know, Bitcoin's down 2. Here's your daily time scale on Bitcoin. But is Bitcoin breaking any key supports? Is Bitcoin testing its lowest levels since May? No, not at all. It's just hanging out after a spectacular 20% rally in 2 weeks or less. Hanging out. Who cares where the pullback takes us as long as we stay above legit the previous discernible swing low, which is around 26,774. You're good, man. You're good. Nothing to worry about. A lot of altcoins taking on the chin today because Bitcoin sneezes and they completely just seize up, freak out, as is tradition. Okay, well, how about we look at gold? Because gold's making its highest level since May 16th. So can we please get some... incredible. And as I'm speaking to you, we are at session highs, up 1.22%, $24, over $2,000 for the first time since May. I think that's pretty cool, but we understand maybe why this is happening, because we actually have the Israelis are now invading. It is reported last night in the late hours of the evening. Americans announced that they have committed airstrikes upon Iranian proxies, Iranian-backed proxies. So, and then, of course, the aircraft carriers have continued to flood into that part of the region. So we have major escalation in geopolitical climate with war, more than before. Classic accumulation on war. So, you know, gold seems like this is the reaction you're getting. The question people always ask, well, I mean, my God, every time anything happens, gold goes down. But I guess when major war is breaking out, here it is. Here we are, multi-month highs. All right. So just kind of wanted to look at those things. We could also look at how are the yields doing. Let's look at the 10-year yield. Still extremely elevated, but not marching to its highest highs every day. So it's just barely down, still insane. There is some bearish divergence here on the US 10-year. It's going to be like that for most of them, you know, like anything beyond the notes, right? Yeah, the 10-year, let's look at the 5-year, you know, so pulling back some more. There's some bearish divergence here too. Okay. The 1-year, flat, 2-year, after making its highest high in multiple years, many years, over a decade. You're pulling back, I mean, whatever. Just looking at, like, across the markets, we can look at literal bonds themselves, just like a 20-year treasury bond, the UB1 futures. It's up off the lows barely. This recent discernible event is a formal bearish back test of a key inflection point that should have always been support, is resistance now. And that event, and then the next event was the lowest low we have seen in many, many years. I don't even think the data goes back on this chart. Maybe, yeah, it doesn't even go back. You'd have to look at the TLT, I believe. And TLT, as you can see where the data is, it's ugly, man. It's really, really ugly. There's nothing bullish about this. Yeah, there might be a little bullish divergence, inverse correlated to the yields, obviously, like inverse oscillators, inverse price, or charts, but hasn't been much performance yet off the divergence that developed. Okay, how about banks, man? Banks. Let's go banks. Hype in the chat for banks getting obliterated. NWG crashing down 13%, sitting at its lowest price since February 2021, only after putting in a double top at a key inflection point and then a nice formal bearish backtest from April to July before all this happened. Wonderful. Beautiful TA respect, man. I don't care who you are. Oh, can we please take a look, chat? Because I mean, like, whatever, I'm not like this isn't me, okay? This is literally TA, okay? Anytime like we say TA respected, someone will be like, nice call. It's not a call, man. It's literally just taking the lessons from the geniuses that existed before us over 100 plus years of their life's research and trying to apply it. When you apply yourself, things happen. Here is NWG, the chart we're looking at right now that has just crashed down 13% today. Here it is, okay? A trade setup posted after the utter failures. This was posted June 20th, okay? Do you see like my reasoning behind the entry? Because you've already confirmed the top. We were already in a long-term downtrend. It was undeniable. And you had already made this local price action at these key inflection points so impeccably, right? And you say, we don't know, okay? When we enter trades, we have no idea if what we're identifying is actually going to hold to be or not, right? But that we do know that it is a key level, and we can strategize a very tight stop loss to protect ourselves in case the trade goes against us or fails. But one thing, again, the only thing we expect when we take a short or a long after we set up our stop loss is that something will happen. Not anything that we know will happen. So Jesus chimes. Jesus chimes for TA being respected. First target of that trade setup being achieved today and exceeded and heading on down closer to the second target than the first. Incredible, man. And so that's what literally this entire community is for. Helping you learn those things that I just posted, right? Helping you understand, teaching you to invest in yourself to where you don't need me ever to do the things I just showed you. All right, so wonderful day for NWG, crashing, hype in the chat. Let's have an alert set up on the second target. So we're here, we can get some more Jesus chimes. No short supply of Jesus chimes lately, despite the market. AX, oh my God, dude. I mean, this is the hex chart before it crashed 60+%. Look at this, man. A right-angled and ascending broadening formation with now, as of today, a confirmed partial rise. This means there is now a 70% chance that this support will not hold. Yesterday, it was still a potential partial rise. Did I say decline? Partial rise, excuse me. Where after hitting the bottom of the structure, a rally ensues and the buyers are unable to test the top of the structure. When that happens, you start rolling over. You've identified a potential partial rise. It does not become confirmed as a partial rise until the price achieves the bottom of the structure again. That's happening today. So major development on Axos Financial, excuse me. Massive downside potential here and high probability outcome of crashing, collapsing below the support soon. Okay? Beautiful. I didn't even know. This is great stuff, dude. I don't know how you can't get hype about this. This is incredible. Gotta ping the peoples. Good music. Oh my God, dude. Are you kidding me? Listen to this. If this isn't power hour music, nothing is. Good Lord. Great stream so far. I don't care if anyone's watching or not. T, trumpets, oh my god, hop in the chat! Let's go, dude, let's go.
NatWest got completely demolished. My $5 puts our king.
What was
Couldn't
hold
have
on,
done
sorry,
it without you,
this
man.
Up on
Kings,
my dashboard.
69.680593 USDT.
Bitcoin currently 33,645. A drawdown down 1.5%, down, but not in any sort of trouble yet. Bitcoin would have to lose like 10% of its value plus for us to be even like raising an eyebrow at this point. Thank you so much, T and Strumpets, for the 69.69. So nice, you said it twice.
INJ broke through
Look
everything.
at that, dude.
Can we take a
right
look
now,
at it?
NatWest, man. Well, didn't we just look at NatWest? INJ broke through everything. Can we look at? Of course we can, Anonymous. Thank you for the contribution to this 100% crowdsourced stream, where it is certainly thundering and lightning and raining on the equities market and really the geopolitical market world, whatever, you know. Okay. This music, this song by a whippersnapper out of Indianapolis, right? Just kidding. 1929 stream. Koala and M-SOL, like soul, like the crypto, deep. And the song is called Drift Along, and it's the original mix. So put that one in the good idea folder. Put that on the playlist, because I will be putting it on the playlist after this stream. Beautiful. This is like a work of art, chat. And like what's so wonderful about AX is the fact that not just that happened, the partial rise, the formal bearish backtest of this key inflection point that is undeniable. It is ungodly perfect, right? The market participants let us know, yes, it is over. We are effed. It is confirmed we are effed. And look at us now. Intraday lowest price since March, but you know soon enough, highest probability you could ever achieve probably. You're looking for your lowest levels in 3 years. So have your alert set up on this one. Looks like we're about to be getting some fireworks. Let's continue on. Bank of America, lowest price in 3 years. Breaking a pivotal support, I think, an inflection point anyway. It's maybe not the biggest, craziest one, but you've already formally back tested that area back in July. So breakdown occurring, down 4.3%. We now have banks trading like S coins, chat. Yes. In the bearish way. So the target from here, assuming this is a real bearish breakdown, we catch follow through, you think 2270 for that the VIX crush 2018 low, and another low from July 2020, and then a bunch of other lows from years ago, 2017 and all that. I think maybe it goes back. Yeah, then after that's like $22, which is your 1998 swing low. You hear what I'm talking about? Imagine owning banks, dude. You're just a loser. You just lose, man. Oh yeah, I own banks and they pay dividends, but like we're the same price as 1998 or nearing that level, and inflation, we have super inflation. It's like your dividend, bros, it doesn't work. All right, PAC-W, the one that was the paper-based, what was it, paper-faced child, what do they call it, of the regional banking crisis, is still drawing down. I mean, I don't know who's propping it up right now, but it's just garbage. Still waiting for $5, which was a psychological support when I posted this level. It hit it perfectly before bouncing once, and then anyway, yeah, you just wait for lower prices. CMA was another one that was in a lot of trouble. Identical chart to PAC-W, waiting for $33. Okay, let's go to USB. USB currently trading at its lowest price since June 1st, and officially to the cent, filling a gap from June 1st. So small Jesus chimes for the gap fill, but we're waiting for 28.54 now. That's the target. JP Morgan Chase, what a loser. Remember that time? Remember that effing time? We were looking at this chart and it was confirming distribution after the highest high of the run. And then it started breaking below the 200-day moving average. Then it started breaking below a key inflection point. And look at you now, down almost 4%, trading at your lowest price since June 1st. I just don't know what to say anymore. Like if you don't believe that this stuff at least can give you a higher probability outcome than a coin flip, I just don't know what to tell you. This is so amazing. This is perfect TA respect. Every chart we're looking at. Yeah, I mean, there's so much to look at today that it's like I'm like losing my mind. Like, oh, do I just keep looking at all the banks because they're garbage? Look at this one. I mean, probably going to get a harmonic dud here on a shark that completed, reacted, but did not reverse. The Bank of Montreal. Look at this, dude. Well, classic distribution with the buy wall, descending triangle. Such weak performance, such lack of demand that the buyers are unable to even test the 200-day moving average. You break down, then you have a formal bearish back test of the descending triangles. Old demand line, or I'm sorry, old buy wall becomes a sell wall, and you're rolling over with amazing follow through. Currently trading at your lowest price since December 2020. You're talking multi-year lows and key supports broken, and a lot further to fall. This is, if this doesn't get you excited, this is price action. I don't care if it goes up or down. I hate sideways
Ford and
markets.
GM are absolutely
I
red.
love
Banks
bear
are
markets
little
that have
Ponzi's.
follow through.
Big tech exploits
I love
us in
bull
our
markets with
children's
follow
minds.
through, right?
Everyone
Price
is getting
action
exactly
is
what
the
they
key here.
deserve. Humanity and
PNC.
disbelief low.
Still, well, it's below the support resistance and formally back tested that level as resistance yesterday, and it's kind of rolling over today. So garbage, man. You just buckle up, waiting for other supports to be broken. Greg P, thank you so much, man. Yeah, Ford is destroyed. We can go to that. Do we have another request? We did. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, INJ broke everything. All right, let's just look at it real quick because I don't want to be rude. INJ, yep. Kang, man. Kang, right? Above 1120, 1398. Demand line is upon you too. So you're nearing some very overbought conditions, very overbought levels. Your RSI is stupid as stupid does. Currently at an all-time high, right? INJ's relative strength index on the daily has never been at 92.68 until today. Its previous record was in February at 89.67, but is now shattered. So that's what you got going on INJ, approaching a level where someone might take a little profit. You know, it's going to be some zone, but if you break that, then you got 1684 to 18 bucks above that. So just know, yeah, in the uptrend, right? The channel conceptualized with a parallel channel tool, the bottom of an uptrend, that would be considered oversold, and the top of the channel, like the top trend line, when the price hits that, that would be considered overbought. So with the RSI at all-time highs, nearing an inflection point, looking left, and nearing the supply line of the uptrend, you could certainly say, without a doubt, very overbought, very hot. No exhaustion, but still, like, okay, just letting you know. That's all I can do is tell you that, right? We're not able to strategize an entry stop loss. All I can do is talk about levels from history and local levels. Okay. All right, man. Let's keep this going. Let's go to Ford for Greg because, dude, you need to see Ford. If you care about the stock market at all, you have to see the Ford chart today. It is continuing to crash like it all day. So you had a nasty gap down first off to break all the supports, but then it's been a rout. There has been nothing but asks coming in all day, and people don't even care what the price is. They're just market selling. Currently falling below $10 on Ford Motors for the first time since January 2021, and currently trading at multi-year lows. And your next target's $8.83. But it's over, man. Like, all car manufacturers are effed. Doesn't matter which ones. I mean, Rolls-Royce was holding up pretty well, right? But they do all kinds of stuff. So Ford, then GM. If you want to really see it, GM was the leader of getting wrecked. And it is, So Ford and GM competitors, right? Not just in car manufacturing and marketing and all that, but also in, hey, who can get destroyed the fastest on a chart? And it looks like GM just says, I will not go down without a fight. The Ford had the bad earnings. I'm going to still mark down to the lowest level since August 20th, right? So you're talking about Ford hitting its lowest levels since early 2021, and then GM saying, no, I'm going to one-up you and be at my lowest levels in over 3 years today, currently as I'm speaking to you. So if you want to talk about a rectangle, if you want to talk about a partial rise, this was a textbook partial rise. It became confirmed as a partial rise October 3rd, 70% chance of a bearish breakdown, and it happened immediately. And even got a little back test before drawing down more. So beautiful, right? You look for partial rises, partial declines with any broadening formation, broadening wedge, not normal wedges, but broadening formations, broadening patterns, rectangles. So beautiful, man. Beautiful stuff. There you go, Greg P. But let's look at Tesla, because my Tesla, dude, but my electric. It's not as bad. Still trying, like some buyers are trying to hang on to this $205 level. It's an inflection point from April of 2023, certainly from May of 2022, June 2022, and even July of 2021. This is a major level because below this, there is nothing that happens historically except a straight mark down to $180. So have your alert set up on Tesla below 205 because that is a major breakdown alert. Are y'all here? Chat, is this stream on? Are the audio levels good? This is a TA dream unfolding across the markets. TA dream. With that start on the classic accumulation on Bitcoin on the 12-hour. And then the breakout and the move and the measured move being achieved and all that. And then all the classic distribution occurring on the index funds and it's playing out. And how about more TA respect, if you could even believe it, with NVIDIA? Well, they were marking it. Now I was looking at earlier, it was at its session lows, but working on your lowest daily candle close again since June 12th, and just another day below the neckline of the slanted head and shoulders that has been breached. It was breached technically yesterday. Oh, I love this, dude. I don't care who you are, because like when you're able to identify this stuff and you truly believe in it, you allocate your portfolio in a way that would protect you from, oh my God, look at all the classic distribution on all the index funds after like a 78, 88% run from the all-time high to low, to the November lows, October lows. And then, oh wow, so you're completing harmonics and now you're going through this like 70, 90 day period of classic distribution structures, Bulkowski patterns, head and shoulders. Maybe I like shouldn't own these assets.
Please insert effect before each chart at this
That's
point.
it.
Roll.
Like what? It's that simple. You just don't, or you could be like even crazier. I mean, even more active and be shorting, or buying contracts, buying puts to make some money. But I'm just saying, like there are times to make money and times not to lose money. You could say this is a time not to lose money right now, right? Because of the drawdowns, but kind of based on the powerful reversal structures, it's been low risk opportunities to make money on the downside, shorting or puts. It is. It's been that way. Okay. I'm going, man. I'm going. This is my first recovery day after getting a personal trainer. I am as sore as I've been in a very long time. I can barely even move. But this is fun, man. I love this, okay? So if you want to look at more damage that's being done across these markets, where if you look at an index fund, you never know. You never know. Look at in-phase energy, okay? You got to see. Hey, you want to see TA? You want to see some TA? All right, look at it in phase, achieving its lowest price since September of 2020. You would never believe this. You just... Can I just show you here real quick? All right. I got to. Like again, no one like would care or whatever. All right. Let's just go back into Patreon. Okay. And look here, okay? In phase energy. All right, low risk short setup area right here because, right, reasons. Bearish divergence, your second attempt to break what we know to be a very bearish pattern, but you were at the tip top of it. So there's just like maximum downside potential if this plays out all the way, and very minimal losses if it fails and somehow the buyers take back control of in phase and we go back above that supply line that dates back to 2021, right? You understand like why I posted that and everyone was pinged during that moment. So since then, it was $306, right? And now it's trading at $82. And it's been almost nothing but straight line down. So 305, 306, okay, right here. And so since then, it has lost 74% of its value. Incredible. Just, that's TA though. That's nothing to do with me. That's just what I've learned over all these years that you can learn too, that a lot of you already know about. Okay. So how about Under Armour? Good. Remember, it was looking so interesting for a setup, and then the new price action developed, and it's like, you know what? I can no longer like this asset. Like, I can't like the asset after it creates a type 2 return, and then like makes lower highs than the previous highs, and then rolls over back to support, and then starts making a fresh, slightly lower high. You're done. You have to be able to monitor these daily. Okay. And so when you monitor the price action, you understand what it represents. Distribution. You can't like this anymore. And so a major drawdown happened and a bullcrap rally that manifested into another formal bearish back test of 738 as resistance and lower highs again. And now you're collapsing. You're down almost 10%. You're currently trading at your session lows. This is pretty much a bearish Marabazoo in the making, and high volume, the highest volume seen on the selling since May 9th. I mean, like way lower prices, like way lower prices. Like where? I don't even know. Like way lower. Minimum 540 from here. Okay, 540 target to 515 on Under Armour, and then below that we'll talk because you don't even want to know. All right, it'll be another haircut. So yep, garbage market gonna be garbage. Olin, phase E. You got Wyckoff distribution schematic by the looks of it, right? Last points of supply, and you've broken, I think, the bottom of the trading range. These were signs of weakness. And 38.84, then $34, then $30, and then maybe within the next 10-year period, or maybe 7 years from now, the Olin comment will achieve $10 again, so we could go long like we did in September of 2020. Because every 10 years, the price of Olin, for some reason, every decade, it's literally like a comet, Halley's Comet, but Olin Comet. Every 10 years, 99 hits the level and reverses violently. 2009 hits that level and reverses violently. In 2020 hits that level and reverses to its most violent pump ever. So maybe in 6-7 years, we will revisit and get to see the Olin Comet once again. But until then, hands off, because only Barra right now. Yeah, dude, that one in Target. I mean, there were a lot of things you could have longed, right? Back then, September 2020 was like, oh my God, dude, here we're about to make life-changing gains and we don't even know it. But it looks like kind of it's setting up for that, but we don't know still. But I hype in the chat. All right, we have to continue. I'm sorry, this is just not a day to be looking at green assets except gold, because you need to see what's under the hood. This is CVX, had terrible earnings. Massive underperformance, 88% retrace, right? Like the lower high, the price action looked garbage. This is what these arrows represent, because we looked at this like last week, and this just doesn't look good anymore. And it's crashing. I mean, it's like at its lowest price in September of 2022. We're talking 52-week lows on CVX. Chevron, energy stocks are supposed to save the world. They're not. They're not, dude. It's like across the board. Hess still in the uptrend, but not for long. Right? Beautiful. I mean, ungodly uptrend on Hess. Is trading at the 200 moving average. Just doesn't look, I mean, just, eventually trends break, and you just got to wonder, when will this one break, right? It's okay, though, technically. I mean, right, demand line's still intact. It's just wild. Hasbro, the toy makers, are still getting wrecked multiple days in a row now on bad earnings yesterday and follow through today with a massive bearish engulfing Marabazoo. and currently trading Hasbro, right? Lowest price as I'm speaking to you since mid-March of 2020, the nadir of the COVID crash. Right now, is the world economy shut down? Is there a virus killing people and, governments forcing people to close their businesses? No. The economy's open. Everyone's open for business, okay, except for the companies that got destroyed by the governments shutting down the world right here. Yeah. Weak men create hard times. Welcome to the hard times, chat, if you haven't noticed. But the good news is, I guess, the hard times are going to create strong men. And then the strong men are going to create good times. But who knows how long that period's going to last, right? The good news is someone from our generation out there will be the hero or the heroes. Unless we lose. And then they'll never hear about us ever again. Okay. Because the victors write the history books. The victors tear down statues of the past and put up their own jokes of statues. Currently still in power hour. We have 20 minutes till the stock market closes, and SPYs, the S&P 500, is currently trading at its lows of the day. Can we get some in the chat? There it is. It's beautiful. It's a work of art. It literally is. I mean, there was nothing about this that was surprising. You can't be surprised when a classic distribution structure develops over the course of 90 days and then it breaks down. These are not just patterns that, they are because they are. No, it's the psychology of buyers and sellers. There was someone or multiple people out there that were offloading their position subtly, quietly for months. And if you didn't know how to identify that, which 99% of the people have no idea what we're talking about right now, that they're just going to be like, oh my God, it must have been something like the war breaking out, or it must have been like something else, some other catalyst, bad earnings. No, it was being told. The story was being told. It was being written by the composite operators. They were no longer interested in owning this stuff. And the most, I guess the worst part about all this is the fact that was your attempted rally from the buyers, right? So what have we identified? What have we come to the conclusion on this attempted rally to rival the highest high ever, December 2021? We've realized there are less market participants involved with this asset than then. So if you go to the weekly, that is a confirmed high. One high and then the second high. You have two highs. So that is confirmation, probably, that the party's over. That we're going to go test the neckline here at 350 eventually, at least 360. You just wait, man. You just wait. When is the last time? Somebody tell me the last effing time the S&P 500 on the weekly has made a real lower high. I'll tell you. You could say, like November 2015, okay, fine. Then a major sell-off occurred, but then a confirmed bottom came in and you continued the rally. All right, so that could happen, right? So you're gonna need to go test a previous discernible swing low, which is between 360, 350. All right, but before that, when? There wasn't a lower high since August 2008 or June, May of 2008. That was it. So you have to understand, it is such a rare situation that is unfolding currently because it almost never happens. And I just showed you based on evidence, not my opinion, man. Win live action 1929 style crash stream. Well, dude, I'm just saying, like, if we start getting the circuit breakers, I might go black and white. I might go full on 1929 and start speaking my Midwestern accent. if the circuit breakers start triggering, but we're not even close to that. In fact, I don't even know if we're even allowed to have circuit breakers anymore, you know? I don't know if they figured it out with 0 day to expiration options, man. Jeez. Okay, so just looking at it, and you understand in 16 minutes, this will be a weekly candle close, right? It will be the lowest weekly candle close since either April or March. Hard to see the classic distribution on the weekly. Understandable, right? That's right, Michael Burry's shorts, his puts are printing. Anyone who owns IWM, S&P puts, you're winning, right? And think about the combination of SPY puts and owning GBTC in your portfolio. Amazing, like absolutely Chad status, right? So here it is on the daily. Hidden bearish divergence to boot. Also having a little alert set up. We just continue to draw down while I'm not here on this chart at this current time, which is current time. First solar, beautiful. This is a trade setup as well, right? And if we want to go into like the reasoning behind it, we can. Like a reason behind it, man. Okay. It will be officially the lowest daily candle close. My God, since October last year, we're talking about 52-week lows on First Solar today in 13 minutes and change. So here it is, right? I mean, it's like it's cut and dry, man. It's cut and dry. It's like a Head and Shoulders was confirmed, a breakdown of the ascending broadening wedge, and then this joke of a rally. Like that was a failure to, I mean, like literally the price, the buyers are unable to break above a 200-day simple moving average. And then just right there, the weakness coming in where you're just right back at 175 sitting there. And it's like, you know what? I think that's the time to take the shot. That's the time, right? And so here we are. As you can see, you hit the first target literally on the 9th. But now you're working on breaking that. And why do you think, like, hey, man, there's a reason why I had that as a target, because it was an inflection point right here. There was like you would ask why. Why take a short? Why set your stop loss up there? Why have your first target there? You could ask me all those questions and there will be an answer. And before you ever take a long or a short or buy contract, right, you should be able to answer. First off, you should ask yourself all those questions. Why are you entering here? Why is your stop loss where it is? And why are you taking profit where you are? Only before you answer all of those in your head or on paper or whatever should you be taking the position. Because if your argument's not strong enough, it's really not good enough, you shouldn't be taking that position. So anyway, that's the reason. It was just, it made sense as a target. And then the second target, which is going to be at 117.14. 117.14. Pretty much like an 886, I think, from that swing low. 17. No, it's just the swing low from October 18th of last year. That's it. What's up, Jay? Thanks for the threes, man. Dude, again, it's not my level-headed approach. It's literally Mark Douglas. Everything that I attempt to teach here did not come from me. It came from people much smarter than me. I'm not smart. I'm just a conduit that's like semi-decent at being able to articulate the information to someone else. That's all I'm good for. And that's okay, right? All right, we have our purpose in life, we have our reasons, and that was it. So if I can help you, then I win. I'm a winner if I can help someone else learn this pretty complex, dry, boring field, this world, right, of trading. No, I don't think the circuit breakers are going to go off. Well, I don't think the Fed is going to pivot until the circuit breakers start going off, David, most likely. Things have to get, like, You need like a 20% drawdown. You need another 10% drop in stocks on the index funds for the Fed to even think about anything. And then the pace at which that happens could dictate when or if the Fed will panic and begin to actually cut. But as it stands right now, CPI is elevated, even for their own arbitrary bullcrap measurement. But in real life, it is so real. So if like they start cutting, you got to understand what happens if they start cutting. Inflation will just exponentially get worse than it already is now. We're still feeling the effects of the money printing they did in 2020, and they continued to print. But now we're at a new echelon where we're taking on more debt. We have what, 20% more debt to our GDP or something. So like, you know, every year, all the money the government collects in taxes and all that, 20% plus more debt, right? So we lose money. Our country loses money every year now. And that number, that disparity between how much we make and how much we lose will continue to get worse. Anyway, there is no real way out. It's either hyperinflation or complete and utter collapse of the stock market, housing market. I don't even know about the housing market. Housing market is crazy because interest rates are high, but 90% of all like mortgage rates are 3% in that area. So no one's selling. No one wants to sell their house. It's crazy. We're in an effed up situation. Let's continue down the stock market trail and look at Moderna. Remember these people selling fake gene therapy, buying senators and Congress people, you know, buying up ads. I mean, everywhere you go, all the money they made from the scamdemic. I mean, I say scamdemic in a way because, yeah, the virus was real. Sure, it was also arguably believed to be manufactured by humans. But like, still, the advantage this company took of that was insane. And currently trading at your lowest price since November 2020. And I can't wait for $56 so I can look at it and say, hopefully it breaks and we go to $30. And then I can say, hopefully it goes to $14 after that. It's crashing. But this is the same structure we were looking at earlier, the right angled ascending broadening formation right here. That pattern broke July 28th, and it's a formal bearish back test, confirmation, and then mega follow through. Beautiful. So way lower to go. I hope it goes lower. I hope this company goes bankrupt, like Johnson Johnson's going to happen with them. But they already did. They're doing their legalese to figure that out. All right, let's go to SunPower Corporation. That is finally, as of yesterday, 2 days ago, hit the support resistance level from history back from 2017, and no bids coming in, no bids at all. I don't know how long this is gonna hold, you know. Let's go to Square, multi-year lows, lowest price on Square today with a nasty gap down since March 2020, right? Remember the whole world economy was shut down. Hey, good news, everyone, some Jesus chimes. A gap is officially filled. There was a gap. And as of today, not yesterday, today it is filled. But, I mean, there is a gap now, the upside. Going to fill that gap. But, you know, 20% of the time, a gap can act as support resistance. So, we'll see. Look at the beautiful hidden bearish divergence that developed. This is like, you're in a mega downtrend, bear market rally occurs, hidden bearish divergence develops, and then it is reliable and looks like it's beginning to outperform, right? You haven't even gone negative yet on momentum. So, and oscillators reset. You're sitting at like 32 on the RSI, 33. Just more downside potential, man. Wait for 32, $34. That's the hard target. Been that way. Bro, man. This is wild, man. Wild stuff, dude. We continue on. Whirlpool people, the people that make whirlpools, right? Crashed on earnings yesterday and continued to draw down, achieving prices, you know, that you saw in 2020, but it is an ice line from 2018, the VIX crush, the IXV liquidation. Is there anything else? No, I don't think so. Yeah, that's it. You're just testing a 2018 swing low, and if that doesn't hold, well, what happened last time? I don't know. I mean, you could just say like maybe some $94 holds up, $91, but if you're talking about the lows, man, probably $70. It's bad, dude. And it was beautiful though, right? Because you were in a downtrend confirmed, you were going sideways, and all that happened was one time and then two times a level from history that was very important. It was confirmed as resistance. Very bearish wave structure. And there you go, man. The outcome of the confirmation of distribution. Confirmation that the buyers were unable to break that level. The trend was your friend. Yep. Already looked at Bank of America that is just trying to hold this support. Whatever. Bristol Myers. Oh my God. Look at Bristol Myers, man. Pharmaceutical company currently trading at its lowest price today since March 2020. Yesterday, it also was at its lowest price. It took out the low from November 2021, and it's just crashing. I mean, legit, like kind of crashing to heading to the next support, $42 to $46. Weight Watchers continuing to get smashed. Broke back below the key support, but you know, whatever. Not as bad as some. You go to Target getting ready for lower prices, waiting for $90. That was the hard target ever since 130 was broken. What a bear flag. What a bear pull. What TA respect, man. Good Lord. Sorry, man. I'm sore as F. And really weird spots, too. Really weird like place. One thing we didn't do, we didn't talk about, Jonathan, what do you think about the war breaking out? What do you think about across all the college campuses, the insanity that is ensuing, the division, you know, or something you wouldn't think would be that like controversial, but it apparently is. What do you think about all that, Jonathan?
I like turtles.
That's right. Thank you so much for your input on all these crazy things going on.
There's bears out here.
Gotta go over here.
We continue on and keep looking. I'm going to keep looking. We got 3 minutes until the lowest weekly candle close in the S&P 500 since March, April. Dude, I just keep looking. I keep looking, keep seeing pain, death, and despair. Woof. Some of these I haven't looked at today. All right. There's a lot of stocks. Dude, look at like BIIB, which is pharmaceutical. Hey man, XHV. Or the healthcare sector. The healthcare sector, dude. It's not XHV. It was the diamond top reversal breakdown yesterday, a couple days ago. So we keep looking at all these pharmaceuticals, and it's like, man, what would that look like? The XLV, right? Is it XLV chat down almost 2%? Magnifica. The diamond top reversal. The key support broken. A long way down, Larry. You don't want to even know. Someone will ask, how do you measure the move of the diamond? That's easy. It's just like you would measure the size of the structure. This would be literally insane, okay? From the breakdown. And you have a target of 103. I would just say 105 makes sense because that's like a key inflection point from February 2020, pre-COVID crash high. So that's it. That's your target eventually on the XLV. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous, man. You wouldn't even believe it. It's not your worst loser today. The XLE is the loser. And remember, the harmonic. Remember the discussion of the local price action? Right? We went deep in with the microscope and understood the price reversed here at that 2008 high, at the 886, the Jesus. Okay, but then this peak and this peak confirmed. This is like when you read price action, it can really, really help you understand what's going on. These two highs, same, slightly lower on this one, actually, on the candle close. But these two highs were significantly lower than the highest high. That is confirmation of distribution. And look at us now. In 20 seconds, the lowest daily candle close on the XLE since July 21st, 2023. And currently at that rising wedge demand line. Remember, this is exactly where in 2008 it was the end of all XLE. It was over. The crash taking us to the depths of heck, right? To $40 before recovering. You have just failed a billion times to break that level, completing very bearish wave structures, very bearish pattern, the rising wedge. And guess what? You've confirmed. It is confirmed. You have closed the day below the 200 simple moving average. Just Jesus chimes across the board. Hidden bearish divergence on this high right here. It's just fantastic. All right. Local on the 8. Sorry.
Can you do Canadian real estate DA Plaza? Thanks for here, Mitch.
What's up, Lovejeet? Should you buy a house? Canadian real estate. Can I just type in Canadian real estate? Is there like a ticker for Canadian real estate? Like a specific one? Because we could. But it doesn't look like. I type in Canadian real estate. Canadian net real estate investment treasury. Don't know if that's going to be. Someone got a ticker. Someone out there. Quick. What kind of Canadian real estate ticker should we look at? Because I'll do it for Lovejeet and everyone. I'm kind of interested too. Stick BR. The answer was always yes. Always yes, man. Bitcoin just had its lowest 4-hour candle close in 3 days. Wrap it up, boys. No clue. Okay, well, you don't have to answer. No clue. You could just. All right, let me just see. Canadian real estate chart. Stock. TTRE. So this is the S&P paired to the Toronto Stock Exchange Cap Real Estate Index. Seems kind of like accurate, right? Seems like the right chart. Because like today, well, 22 minutes apparently it closes, but it'll be the lowest daily candle close since June of 2020. So we're talking multi-year lows in 20 minutes. Kind of weird that it's open still. So you got a support of 248, 252 incoming. That's probably where you're headed. Car.un, I made another one. Canadian apartment properties. So it's not quite all real estate. It just seems like apartments, but either way, the chart's not much different, is it? Not as bad, It's only going to be at 52-week lows in 20 minutes. But like your support's broken, right? Like the support from $43 at December 2018. I mean, then you got a swing high from 2017 and the COVID crash low, and then you got this one low at $39 from October last year. And it seems like it's upon us. Yeah, sure. So here you go. Looking at those charts for you, Lovejeet. I wish I could help. I wish I could tell you. Did you have something else to say? Should you buy a house? Well, if you don't know, there's like a chart for that. It's not on TradingView, but that chart, it's like, is it time to buy a house? It's at the lowest level ever. Like, there's never been a time to buy a house, or like, there's never been a lower level on that chart that's been achieved until now, or it's been ongoing for like not the time to own a house. Or like the time to own the house, the chart is at the all-time low. Oh, great music, man. What a set, dude. What a set. All right, so we can look at some other. Remember, we were looking at the Dow Jones Transportation yesterday crashing, continuing to crash, closing at its lowest level. Oh, dude, this song is called "Jelly for the Babies" by Ignacio Carraza. Someone write that down. Type in the chat. It's a good song. Add it to your playlist. Lowest daily candle close on the Dow Jones Transportation Average Index, April of 2023 of this year. So, you know, hasn't made like the multi-year low situation, but you're that close. You're like a few dollars away from that. I mean, it doesn't take much more. But yeah, it's just devastated. What a route, you know, like think about the Dow Jones Transportation Index is down 18% in 84 days. For an index, that's pretty insane. Sorry, I haven't really looked at chat much today. Have y'all been saying anything? I don't think the chat's probably been pretty dead today. Bitcoin isn't up, so there's no one to, you know, mouth breathe and freak out. So, yeah, chat's going to be tame. Go figure. XLC that have been getting just wrecked the past few days. Lowest daily candle close since June 7th. But most importantly, below the key level here, triple tops up there. XLK was up today. Bro, it was up today, 0.56%. I can barely tell. The buyers did defend 160. 160 is a level that is a support resistance on this chart, and it has not been broken yet. The confirmation line of the potential 3 falling peaks has not been broken. It was broken yesterday, and you held and you closed the day and week above that confirmation line. So technically, no bearish breakdown on the XLK yet, despite how beautiful the classic distribution is. XLY that have been getting nuked is up today 1%. But as you can see, how close you are to just another major drawdown in price based on history. I mean, 133 target eventually back below this level. The fractal played out, but didn't perform very well because the macro, the market, it's not very bad. It's not a good trend. Things are not really that healthy. XLP, consumer staples. Well, you had that reaction with the completion of the bullish butterfly, but all that happened was a formal bearish backtest of the level from history that is support resistance, is flipped resistance, and now you're rolling over. So I would not hold any weight on this as being good yet, because that is just bearish price action. 64.82 and the demand line that takes you back to 2009, I think. I would wait. I would wait. Yeah, well, I think lower. XLP. We looked at the XLF. I don't even think we did. It's just fantastic price. It's just Jesus levels of reliability and respect. Look, man, this is not a joke. This is such a real level. A nice rally, and then the formal back test, and then like the bonus, like the third high, but the third high was just rejecting perfectly the 200-day simple moving average. And of course, the hidden bearish divergence on the third peak. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Lowest daily candle close confirmed. Wow. Since March 24th. Wow. Yep. March 24th, dude. Remember, March is when the Federal Reserve panicked and added over $500 billion to their balance sheet in 2 weeks. And we're rivaling those prices again. And it's the sector that was causing the freak out, the panic from the Fed, the banking, the financial sector. XLU that had been crashing worse than all the other sectors of the S&P. That made a pretty decent recovery, but it saw multi-year lows. Is just not looking hot. It's almost like, wow, have we now confirmed on the daily? One high, second high. That's it. Confirmed distribution and rolling over now with kind of like a shooting evening star. Oh my God, dude, it's so bad. XLB just hanging on by a thread to this one last support from March. And then after that, you get $70 target easily. And then the XLRE, the real estate sector, the S&P 500. What occurred today? Pretty much a bearish engulfing candle. Your second lowest daily close since May of 2020. So pretty much multi-year lows. Just wait. You gotta wait for $29. The XLRE is screwed based on all technicals. Look, there's like a butterfly. There's like a butterfly. It's really a deep crab, probably. It's disgusting, dude. The XDA and then the 886 retrace on B, then the lower high on C equals only one thing, the 1.618 on D. 1.618. 2750, which is below the key support. The 1414 though is at 29. I could imagine there would definitely be some sort of like reaction or pivot there, even if it rallied to make a lower high and then had to draw down later to eventually see 2758. I think your next stop is, of course, the ice line again from 2016, 2018, 2019 at $29. Okay, very bad, man. So the people asking, should I buy a house? It's like, this chart's screaming no. Heck no. This chart's screaming the real estate select sector of the S&P is going way lower. And it was just confirmed that old support is resistance. That's the most recent discernible event on the chart. It's all so bad. I mean, it just depends what you consider bad, right? Like prices going down normally for normal people is just bad inherently. But for our community, for what we consider good and bad, this is extremely good, right? Because we're identifying things that are implying lower prices and everything's going lower. That's good. So in this community, all that's happening is good. In normie world, it is bad because, oh my God, I'm not allocated properly because I don't know how to read an effing chart. I don't understand what distribution means or confirmation distribution or up thrust and back test up thrust or trend analysis. Yeah, bad for them. But I just don't know how you watch this stream or you're in this community and you have not allocated properly, because I can only tell you what's happening and what it looks like it's going to happen, and it just happens to be playing out going down. Yeah, the only way to buy real estate or a car is with cash. I mean, that's about it these days because interest rates are just unreasonably high. I would never pay 9% to lease a car. What? That's crazy. Maybe 3% or 4% max, right? If I was going to do it. But dude, that's over. Like, I didn't even think, I forgot. Like, oh, that's how the car world works. Interest rates went up on them too. No way. Pretty jacked up on Irwin Coffee today. Thanks again, Chris, for joining the Patreon, man. Or the Citadel, whatever. Here's your Bitcoin again, if you want to check on it, since it's been awful quiet today. Down 1.3%. The only thing to be doing is to continue to hold on to the position you currently have that a couple weeks ago was not up 20% from where it is now. It's still up that much. You're just waiting, man. This is the oscillator. The RSI is continuing to cool off. This is the stuff we need, man. 78.5. We had not been below 80 since the 23rd, 22nd. So yes, continue to cool off as much as you need to. Go sideways, go down. I don't really care. The closer we get to not overbought, the better. If things are hyper bullish, we might see the RSI actually test 70 and stay overbought. That's like hyper bullish stuff that happens sometimes. But we're not going to get ahead of ourselves at all. This is all fine, man. You have nothing to worry about on Bitcoin. Unless you bought at 34.6 to 35K. Yeah, like you're out of your mind. There's no sense involved with what you've done. If you're just like, oh, I'm worried about Bitcoin because I bought after it went up 20% in 2 weeks or less. Man, we got to have a talk, man. You need to read some books and understand when is a good time to buy or not, right? And it's not after an asset is just impulsed up, right? The time to make a decision was when you've identified potential classic accumulation, or a Bitcoin Cash when it was a formal bullish back test of a key inflection point from history. One time, the second time. Like these are the times to be buying, not up here. But doesn't mean that Bitcoin can't or won't go higher. I don't think there's much resistance. It's like minor stuff looking left. It's really not, historically, not a big deal. I just think really look, even on your 12-hour, you're still overbought, 74. But mother of God, you were at 93 almost on the 12-hour. When has Bitcoin, on the 12-hour, Bitcoin like literally never does that. Rival the January 2023 high, but let's just go back further on this chart and see like how often does the 12-hour get to 92.7? Did it March 2019? Okay, and what happened there? The RSI went all the way down to 54 before sprinting back up to overbought. But every time you get near or at this level, you get a pullback, and that's okay. That's normal stuff. Oscillators reset. That's the way of the world. Welcome to it. Did it again. Okay. All healthy. Yeah, not much chat to read. What can I do, man? I went live for an hour, 15 minutes. We went across the markets, looked at so many different things. And when I get done, I'd like to see a lot of good chat, comments, so I can reread or look at, or I can respond to you. But that's just, I don't get that luxury. I'm not a stupid video game streamer, so I don't get like a million comments. I just get like people are working and taking care of their kids, and they have a life, in this community. So let's go to Ethereum. I don't think we went to Ethereum today. Down 1.48%. 1776. Let's go. Hype in the chat. What a number. What a price. Can we just leave this price at this level for the rest of our lives? And I'd be okay with it. 1776, baby. Best year ever. Well, kind of, not really. I mean, like, you get it. There were things that had to change, right? Like we had to have 1865. We had to have the 1940s, right? We had to have the 1960s, 70s. Okay, we just chill. Great year, regardless. And yeah, 1728 is virtually everything on this chart now, right? There are a few levels where it's just like that. As long as the price is above that, long enough, the target's about $2,000. And if you ever broke 2043, that is everything. That's Bitcoin's 31K. That's where you'd be seeing stupid markups in price, appreciation in price. 2043. Ethereum is not king. You'd be delusional to say Ethereum is king based on literally everything. Like, you have no argument to say Ethereum is king. It's not in any capacity, in anything. No, it's not. What's up, Politicus? Coming in from the UK, slow down, hit it. Hey, bruv. Hey, bruv. Let's go to Ethereum to a Bitcoin chart. Okay, so Ethereum to Bitcoin is down today, 0.28%. But because of yesterday, some of y'all are out there. Someone just said Ethereum's king. When you say that, you pretty much are this guy. Well below the support of the trading range. Bearish breakdown confirmed. You are officially, I believe you are in phase E of Wyckoff distribution. That all occurred with the bearish breakdown the day of October 18th, 17th, which is my birthday. So I like to see it. That's pretty cool, right? When your birthday was the bearish breakdown of the Wyckoff distribution structure that ushered in phase E, the last final stage of distribution. We're now the markdown phase. Love it. I don't think he was trolling, dude. I'm just being real, man. Like, I think, see, people like have been too coddled in their lives and don't understand that a good scolding doesn't mean disrespect or hate or like negative emotions. I mean, it'd be like tough love. Like, I feel like some people have never had like a good leader or coach in their life and have never been formally told what they should be told. In this chat, maybe some people, you know, maybe not everyone, just a few people, but again, like depending on how do you respond to me scolding you. If it's immediately shutting down and going negative and being hateful, well, you got a problem, man. Do you know how many times throughout my life, like in my development, I was scolded, I was told like my way of thinking was wrong, right? I was broken down many times and rebuilt over and over and over throughout my life, right? And that's an important part of becoming a man. Is your ability to take criticism and not take it to heart, but take it to a level where you can improve yourself. I don't think enough people have that in their lives, unfortunately. It's really sad to see. I was pretty privileged in that regard, I guess, with like grown men in the world helping me become a man, a real man. They want to be told a good job. Yeah, exactly. For sure. In a lot of ways, I try to be sometimes the leader that I wish I had in my like professional life. I don't think I really ever had like a really, really good leader in the business world when I was out there. But I had some really good coaches in sports and stuff that helped me a lot. So I'm just trying to be the man that I wish I had, you know, in my 20s mainly. Yeah, and my dad, yes, strong dad, absolutely. He's absolutely the biggest influence in my life, and it's not even close. What's the red line? The red line, SEC, 200 days on moving average. Crypto lawyers already answered that. Sweet. Hype for people in the Citadel. Magnificana, thank you, dude. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Let's go to XRP real quick. What's it doing? By the grace of God, trying. The buyers are doing all they can to defend 54.6 cents, which is the level, right? It was support in January 2022, but look how many times it's been rejected and regarded as resistance. Look how many times on the daily close it was never broken until the fateful day of October 23rd, right? Never broken since the support was created like almost 2 years ago. And now it has been broken and they're trying to defend it. So still, XRP is extremely interesting here. And you have to have some sort of bullish bias with this price action. You just have to, right? Once it falls back below 48 cents, oh, it's over then. Like the whole argument to not own XRP that is the argument. You don't own XRP below 48 cents. But man, anything that like holds up above 50, 51 cents long enough, you put in a higher low than previous lows, more accumulation than before. But dude, 76 cents in time, dude. It's a great looking asset at this current time. Technically, I don't really give a crap about fundamentals, man. I won't even talk about that. We look at BNB. That yeah, it's up today. Can't even believe it. It's outperforming Bitcoin on the day, and buyers are defending 211. They're not breaking 225, but this gray zone here is legit everything. It is the lifeblood, the life force of BNB, and it seems like for now we're springing. I'm just so reluctantly saying a spring has occurred. Working on some sort of spring back test to a degree, at least the 211 level. Still in the downtrend. But you can be a little more optimistic on an asset when it gets back above the key levels after such a failed attempt from the sellers. From August to October, they broke supports and they couldn't do anything. And that's just a reality we have to discuss now on the BNB chart. Failures, the utter failure from sellers for so many months. And now the price is back above an inflection point. So that's a false bearish breakdown. And what we know is false bearish breakdowns eventually can have serious consequences the other way, which the serious consequence the other way would be massive upside. It's just how it is. I can't make the rule. I don't make the rules, man. The rules have been there forever. I was at Pizza Party below 211 long enough, but the sellers never came in, man. You know why? Because CZ himself offloaded all his S coins and Bitcoin at the time to shore up the price of BNB long enough, right? He bided his time. And apparently that SEC news came in and saved his effing life. And now he's okay. And if Bitcoin goes to 40K, chat, there's no way BNB is going to break down. If Bitcoin goes to 40K, 38K, 250, and possibly 290. Yeah, it's an unfortunate reality because we know this is a joke, but that bullish divergence really did, in the end, it survived, played out, right? It's still ongoing as it plays out, right? The divergence, man, the failure, and now in the bullish control zone, 62.6. Can you believe it? BNB safe for now. But you get it? You can be bearish below levels, but you have to change your outlook when new data presents itself. And that new data is presenting itself within the past week. Okay? You have to, man. Well, once we fall back below 211, we start making the lowest lows we've seen since, Black Saturday 2022. Okay, then I'm flipping back to super bearish. But for now, look where you are. Sellers failed, and they had months. They had months to push this price lower. There just weren't enough of them, and that happens. So BNB is technically kind of safe right now and could be at some of the lowest risk levels ever. They're setting an entry and a stop loss. It's crazy to say that, I know. Take a look at Cardano. And you don't know, man. You have no idea if the buyers will defend. But one thing we thought was, okay, if they do defend, which seems like they did, you've got a rally that's taking you to your highest price since August. Okay, cool. But you're still miserably below the 200-day moving average. Wherever this rally concludes, if it's lower than the previous discernible high, which is from July, 37 cents, it's just your lowest high of the entire downtrend, and it's just business as usual. So you can be in a nasty major bear trend and then go sideways and have rallies like this at supports. But we must look for the performance, just like when the S&P 500 tested its support after making second lower high. And then we got to pivot. All right, well, what's the performance of that rally going to be on the S&P? What I'm talking about is right here. When you had job numbers or whatever, what would the performance of the rally be? This was the performance. And guess what? A failed gap fill. The gap is still open. You just can't believe it. The gap is still open. So when I see that a gap fails to fill, subtle sign of weakness. Right? Not enough demand to fill the gap, but it got close. That was the performance before you started drawing down again, and that is a telltale sign, man. That's where the hidden bearish divergence developed. And here we are again, closing at our lowest levels on the S&P 500 since May 16th, which isn't as bad as some indices, because like if you one that it was a posted trade setup, the France 40. This is Europe. Okay, we're going to the European part of the stream, mate. Was it this one where I do the data? No, it was the other one. Sorry, France 40 on capital call. Lowest price and lowest daily candle close confirmed since January 4th, January 5th of this year. So lows of the year, took out the low from March, took out the low from earlier this month. So it's like 5 days ago. And that's like a continuation candle. But it's not about that as much as it is a completed bearish shark, 113 threshold shark, failed bullish breakout of the old all-time high from January 2022. But then the type 2 return really of the shark was this lower high that just happened to be a Jesus complex head and shoulders, with the right shoulders formally bearishly back testing the January 2022 old all-time high, not once but twice, as it did on the left side. The symmetry of the structure, and then the beautiful neckline. I mean, it's like art, man. Like, this is like why I do this. This is why I like am literally in love with TA. I've been married to TA forever, for so many years. I'm like a nun or a monk or priest of the TA, dude. And this is why. Dankies, that's really nice, man. Appreciate that. Sub Andre. Of course, yeah. Yeah, man. It's not even about, look, again, Andre, it's not about being right or wrong. It's literally letting the price action, the candles, the patterns, the price action at the key inflection points, the lows and the highs, psychology of buyers and sellers. It's like all we're doing is we're trying to identify what they're telling us based on that, right? And so like if new data presents itself and what we were thinking was the case, it turns out that's not valid now. And that's only because new data came into that, presented that. And so I don't ever look at it like, oh, I was wrong or right. It's like, was like the TA, like was what we identified, was it real? It seems like, yes, this was very real, what was going on. And we're catching the follow through now to validate that. So, or affirm it. All right, man. 33,773 on the corn, on the Bitcoin. Completely fine. As you can see, it's in a rectangle. Rectangling. What's up, Alistair? Oh, man.
Thanks for your consistency, folded hands.
Thank you, dude. For the Australian Subacha, slow down. But in Australian. Don't step on a stonefish. Don't grab a blue-ringed octopus. Don't get near or mess with a Sydney funnel web, the most venomous snake or spider in the world. Don't mess with the brown snakes down there, one of the most venomous snakes in the world. Do not get wrecked by an irukandji jellyfish, dude. Be careful, man. You're in Australia. I see that Australian dollar contribution, man. I worry for your safety. Don't get wrecked, dude. Seriously. You want to see it? I guess if you want, man. Like the idea, okay? Like whether... Whoops. Good Lord, man. Discord. So on one like this, you just look at like the idea, right? Everything that we identified, you can take chances, right? Like, look, you see, this was posted September 7th, man, like 6 weeks ago, and it was just merely the fact that, you know, the M shape or the W shape was there. I just did not plot it on the chart. I just, you know, I knew like, okay, it's a W shape completing, but more than anything, it was the fact that the buyers up thrusted through that all-time high, and then they confirmed the failure with these lower highs in the previous high locally, but then like the even more local levels. And so you just have, right, you still got a long way to go, but like you have a target of 63.87 down there, Fibonacci from the low to high. And yeah, 63.87 to 618, and then a second target of let's see, was it 6100? So it doesn't show all the data. 6100 was oh look, that's the second target, right? Just the swing high just before the COVID crash. Seems adequate, right? A third target, if you wanted, would probably be like 57.65 down there. But yeah. Oh yeah, kangaroo not just drowning your dog. Don't they have like claws that they'll like stab the dogs too, man? The kangaroos are nuts. Don't sit next to coconut crabs. Aren't coconut crabs the largest crabs in the world? Like by far, and it's not even close. Coconut crabs, or am I wrong? Someone back me up or refute that. Thank you. I too am somewhat of a zoologist. Marine biologist. Love that stuff, man. Netgear was wrecked and pumped, and it's like, yeah, okay, whatever, man. Like, congratulations on earnings saving you. I wonder how long this will last. It's like, do you think, like, look at this trend. It's like an unbreakable downtrend. But yes, a demand line was because it's just skating along, overbought forever. And then, look, what happened, though, was crazy because it goes down to $10.65. Look right here. It's just a swing. It's like, look, 2006, low, multiple times. Look, 2010, right? It hit that level, finally. So that means Netgear, just a few days ago, before its earnings, achieved its lowest price technically since August of 2009. 14-year lows, days ago. And so it's like, okay, lowest price in 14 years, and then earnings coming up. So who in the right mind is going to be like, can't wait to go long on Netgear earnings? You just be like, you would be gambling. And so on the gamble, this time, the coin flip, right, where it's 50% chance, it landed on the other side. And so a huge markup, and then it's up 3% after. And what is it doing? Formally back testing $13 as resistance, which is, gotta go back, man. Oh, there it is. It was like the first high ever. It was September of 2003. Do you hear what I'm saying? Netgear is at the same effing price it was at in the year of 2003. We're talking 20 years ago, same price. And doesn't pay a dividend. It's just you or whoever owns this stock, you're just a loser. Like, because there's no way to justify that this was ever a good investment. You had to be active and you had to buy low and sell high. That's all you could have done. But if you were just like an investor,
we are standing on the shoulders of TA giants. What a heck of a Black Monday 1929 anniversary coming up.
Yeah, you're right, man. Should I just do it again on Monday and read headlines from that day versus the Black Thursday stream? Because all the headlines I read on the stream on Thursday were, was it Thursday? Black, what is it? Yeah, I think it was Black Thursday. On the 24th. Yeah, Black Thursday, but it was on a Tuesday. Okay, this year. Anyway, it's confusing. confusing. Yeah, Black Monday. Was it though? The date though? Let's see. Black Monday 29. It was what day? Oh yeah, October 28th. So that's actually tomorrow. The anniversary of Black Monday, 94th year or whatever, will be on a Saturday. Tomorrow. So we're clear there. Thank you so much, Deckard Kane. Man, I wish we lived in a world where all we had to do was worry about the demons of hell slaying entire villages of people in Sanctuary. But we have hammers to throw around and blizzards and frozen orbs and assassin traps. We had things to fight them. I remember, and I remember those days. Those were the good old days, man. We didn't have to worry about World Economic Forum, shadowy government figures, where we don't know who the enemy is. We know who the enemy is, but they own everything. They are in charge. They took over. They've infiltrated. There was a coup in 2020. They completely took over. And now they're trying to start World War III. I mean, like, it's not, your enemy is way different. It's very asymmetrical and unconventional type war we're in now. Yeah, Whirlwind, of course, Eric, of course. And then, you know, we also, some of us got to raise skeletons, our own skeletons, but we were fighting for good, not evil. Crazy. Because the Necro. Bro, if we're talking about crabs, what about the crabs on Christmas Island? You know, all the red crabs, and they run to the sea, they go across the street. Everyone knows about those, right? And they're cute. Well, like, there's this invasive species now of ant that were, you know, just like all other ants, they were brought in accidentally by ships. You know, people coming by, and whoops, the ants get off on the island, and they start procreating, and there's no natural predators. So these ants, they spray acid. Like, that's their thing, right? Different ants have, like, some of stingers, like bullet ants, but these ants spray acid on their enemies, right? And what they're doing is now this poor red crabs, ants will come in, and all a couple ants have to do is spray acid in the crab's eyes. The crabs would go blind, and they're literally, it's over. It's over for the crab. And so, like, there's major issues right now with those crabs. Like, they can't, like, the ants are overwhelming the crabs. No, we're not talking about harmonics right now, okay? Okay, we can continue on. You asked for Netflix, or not Netflix, but Netgear. No one else is posting charts in the chat. Y'all can, and I might look at it, because I don't know, man. It's Friday, and I'm sore as F, but whatever, man. I probably won't see you again until Sunday, so it's our last time together, unless Bitcoin pumps on Saturday or tonight. Oh, I didn't know that was an analogy, David. Was I making an analogy? I was just telling you about real life. What happens when there's a invasive species without a natural predator. And normally for those ants like that, the predator is like some sort of fly or wasp that will lay its eggs inside the ant, and that egg will develop, and it will eat the brains of the ant, and then it'll hatch, and then it'll infect all the other ants, and it'll wipe out entire colonies, and that's how those ants get kept in check, which is kind of crazy. Wow, no tickers, y'all. All right, I guess I'll just look by myself. All right, let's see. Oh, dude, triple D's, man. Like the Q's, but the D. Hey, you remember, like, dude, check out the Q's. Check out the D's. All right, we're checking out the D's. Lowest daily candle close since January 2010. Mother of God, dude. 13-year lows, bro. Almost, you know, around there. 12, 13-year lows today, and there's no support here to like 150. That's actually crashing, right? There is no argument. Crash. Love the Momo shift too, don't you? Like the left shoulder, head, right shoulder, the formal bearish back test, and then bye-bye. Good night, John Boy. Bro, dude, getting the triple D face tattoo, man. All right, let's continue. Citi Group, remember them? The joke, the major joke, bearish engulfing candle confirmed today. Also confirmed your lowest daily close. Officially since April 6th of 2020, right? So you got the world halted. The world economy stopped. The world economy is not stopped right now. And you're rivaling its prices. And like this one, like Netgear, but no earnings to save it because the earnings already happened and it was terrible. So you just draw it down after earnings and see you at 34.60 eventually. I mean, maybe this is a level 2, like some would argue, but you did close below it. It doesn't matter. Like the 2012 high and the 2016 low. Let's continue. Remember Johnson & Johnson? Terrible. And then it continued onwards. Remember the most complex head and shoulders we've seen maybe in ever? And look at the price action today. Look like a gap filled back from November 2020. But if it even did, like you could argue and say it hasn't. So it's got a little bit lower to go. But 144.43, the last time we've seen that, it's been years. So multi-year lows on Johnson & Johnson today. You can't say this is not, the structure is not playing out wonderfully. Look at that, man. Below the 200-week simple moving average, lowest weekly candle close since November 23rd, 2020. So again, almost 3-year lows. Beautiful, not oversold, sitting right at 32.7. Look at the high volume on the lowest high. Yeah, way lower to go. XLV broke the diamond. Here you go, one of the drivers of the sector. Bitcoin is not dumping right now, Julio Don. That's not a dump. You're down 1% on the day. How was that a dump? In what capacity? If you said Johnson & Johnson, yeah, I'd be like, absolutely. If you said almost every stock, yeah, I would say absolutely. But Bitcoin, nah, not really. PayPal collapsing. You could say PayPal is dumping. Yeah, PayPal is currently trading at its lowest price since May of 2017, and it's the lowest candle close and the lowest price seen of the entire crash. Okay, and there is no target till $42. That has been the target. There's no argument. We're waiting for $42. You can talk about NIM shape all you want. I don't know if someone said it, but like, dude, who cares? There's no support, man. If there was a pattern completion zone, it doesn't matter. Like, you're looking for harmonics to complete at inflection points. Those are the best harmonics, right? Where, like, let's say the price was drawing down here, excuse me, and then it stopped, and then you got the bat pattern or whatever, and then you got this. That is where you're looking for the harmonic. Who cares now? Oh, it's at the PCZ or whatever. No, it doesn't matter. There's no support helping you.
It's funny to think
like,
the Federal
you
Reserve
want
is literally
the
Patrick
price
Star
reversal
in the
zone, the
episode
pattern
of
completion zone
SpongeBob
of harmonics
where
to be
Patrick
lined
keeps
up with
SpongeBob's
key inflection
holes
points
to
from
fix
history.
his illness.
Those are the
When
strongest
Fed bail
harmonics.
out of
Those are the most
everything.
reliable. Those are the ones one wants to take action on. What's up, Greg P? Well, they've been wrong on everything. I mean, literally everything. I think there's a list out there. Like, remember, inflation's transitory. Interest rates are never going to go up. So go ahead. All these regional banks, go ahead and buy bonds at like 2% interest, 3% interest rates, whatever. And they did. And now all their bonds, they're sitting at record levels of unrealized losses. So if like a bank run happens, we have a crisis. If a bank run occurs, if people start like massively pulling their money out of a lot of these regional banks, they will need intervention like they needed in March. So buckle up. And since March, interest rates have gone up 3+%. So that's like extremely worse conditions now than we saw in March when the intervention happened. Wow. What's up, Stuart? Thanks, man. We continue on. Continue on, Matt. Regeneron. Party's over. We're close enough. You double top tier. The way the XLV looks, I would say you are near the end, man. It might be massive drawdown time soon. Broke the 200-day simple moving average again today. Not too bad. It's only down 2+%. Thanks again, dude. Thanks, Greg and Stuart. Warner Brothers, bro. We were gonna Warner the Brothers. Well, sorry to say, look what happened, Larry. It's confirmed. Not just the bearish engulfing candle, not just your lowest high of the entire downtrend, but look, as you can see here, swing low from November 2022 to take you back down to yesteryear. And you can see, look, it's really right there. My God, dude, I was like a little off. Look what happened today, chat. A confirmed daily candle close below the old all-time high from 2005, right there. You closed below it officially. 965, you closed 10 cents lower. So confirmed weekly and daily bearish breakdown. Very bearish wave structure, right? This is the worst. This is like a crab in the making. Someone be like, it's a bullish harmonic. It's like, to me, it just looks like this. 70% makes it kind of weird, but you take a minimum 1272. Oh, it's perfect. I mean, look at the 1272 confluent. This is what we just talked about. With the next key support, that's the target, man. Below 965 is a 683 target. It's a 1272 fib extension from the low of December 2022 to the high from March of this year. That's the target. X marks the spot. Pretty close to a 200% retrace B to D. No, thank you, Stuart, man. Thanks for watching, dude. And contributing to the 100% crowdsourced stream, right? Only way this is sustained is from my own trades and y'all. No affiliate marketing links for exchanges that are probably going to screw you in a year. We're going to take all your money, whatever, like they always do eventually. No monetization via YouTube. So no money from ads. I play copyright music to enhance the quality of the stream for you. Every song is copyright. So I'll never be able to monetize anything. And I'm okay with that. I want that. Like, I think the way I'm doing it is like playing live streamer on hard modes. Like no crutch. It's like I deserve what I get. I deserve what I have. I'm okay with that. Because that's probably stunted a lot of my growth. But what are you going to do, man? Not worried about it. Because it was always and only about the charts. All right, I have concerns. ExxonMobil, I am no longer feeling good. I'm now feeling like, wow, are we literally witnessing, like you can kind of see the Momo shift. Yeah, like it's there. Like HCA. It's the same situation as HCA, dude. And I'll show you in a second. Some of y'all know, because if you follow along enough, you know. But like, it's...
And then, just like that,
a momentum shifting structure has developed on ExxonMobil. Bearish engulfing candle confirmed. Lowest daily candle close since August 3rd. And pretty much breaking the demand line that takes you back to November 2020, like the channel. So I would be really cautious here on everything energy, because you know what the XLE looks like. Really bad. Like setting up for extremely low prices. And then I see this and I'm like, why did the buyers pushed the price to all-time high, then a major drawdown, and then they kind of defended the level and then rallied, and then we've now recognized that there are far less market participants involved with this asset than before. And that rivals some left shoulder from August 10th. And now you're seeing some serious selling pressure like immediately. And now you're below the 200-day moving average. Again, you engulfed today. You're breaking the channel. This is the time to be on alert for potentially a major bearish breakdown on ExxonMobil. Until, right, new data presents itself where like a engulfing candle on Monday, we rally and we're head back to 115, 120. Then my whole tune will change. The idea of what I'm talking about is invalid. But for now, this is real data, real information that occurs, and you should be cognizant of that. What I mean is HCA, the same thing. I kind of liked it above back testing key resistance as support twice, and it was running, and then everything changed right here. And you in the Patreon, you could see like I in real time, I liked it, and then the lower high, I literally said verbatim, I don't like the lower high here. It's looking very bad. Well, I guess we'll just look at it. Like, dude, you got to be able to monitor charts and change your opinion on the fly when the new data presents itself. So, like, for instance, let's jump to like when I liked it. Okay, I liked it in August, late August. I like, but look at what's happening. Old resistance from history, right? It was being regarded as support one time and the second time. I liked it then. We identified it. All right, so let's see what kind of fall through we get, right? The next, all right, so it was 8/21 when I posted that. And then 9/11, September 11th, I came in and said, not liking the pathetic rally after confirming old resistance as support. Not liking it, okay? No longer. Good. And then, like 11 days later, not liking it, right? When it was like at the peak. So I guess they wanted to short it, they could. Not like, and then it rolls over, breaks support. That's a new piece of information and data that made me change my entire opinion within like 2 weeks. Same thing like at the beginning of January in crypto. Crypto was awful, it was terrible. Then these things started happening at the end of the year, and it's like, wow, there's a few of them that are kind of good. I don't think I've updated since then, but as you can see, like, have I? Did I? No, not even. I did not even update since then, and it played out. Look, you lowest price, you hit the next support. It'd be like that, man. Welcome to the world. Yeah, early stream. It's Friday, man. You know. It's Friday, man. Take a look at Entertainment Leisure, Las Vegas Sands that caught a rally, like a joke rally. It's just stalling. I think it will continue down. It's like Bitcoin, where Bitcoin broke out and it's just hanging out. It's just consolidating. It's going sideways before it'll eventually continue to run, hit a measure move, and hit 36 bucks. What are you talking about? Head and Shoulders? If this wasn't one of the most beautiful Head and Shoulders of the year, I don't. And it, look, man, again, right? Harmonics completing. That's where you're looking for these patterns to develop. That's the best context area, man. It's value. You got value on a Momo shift. Completed W. Reliable patterns. Been studied for 100 years. Over 100 years. Or about 100 years, whatever. Yeah, just ODFL, another Head and Shoulders that, you know, it played out, you know, it's measure move, probably right around the measure move. You're close to it. It's not a very tall pattern, not a very large pattern anyway. But like, right, you're thinking about an asset that creates the Head and Shoulders at all-time highs, at a 1414 fib extension. Could have been the 1618. That's where NVIDIA developed its. But sometimes assets only get to the 1414 or the 1272. But you're still uptrending, right? I mean, like no problems till you take out the low from 300 from May 24th. But testing that 200 moving average, and you did close at your lowest price since like July today. And unfortunately confirmed a weekly and daily close below the December 2021 all-time high. So that's a lot of work for nothing. You own this asset for 2 years, you've made nothing. 0.43% dividend, yeah, you made nothing. Yeah, we can go the weekly on this stuff, man. There it is. It's gross. It's gross as it gets, man. Nah, it could be worse, but that's terrible. Confirmed bearish breakdown to close the week out. All right, here's the TLT weekly close. Well, someone could get away. I mean, it's close, man. It did not close up 50%, but it pierced through at least 50% of the previous candle. So you have a potential piercing line, Japanese candlestick reversal confirmed, at least with a close on the TLT. Why do I say potential? Because when a Japanese candlestick is manufactured like this, you want to see the next week confirm it with even a little bit of follow through, like a higher candle close than the candle close we've received this week. So potential piercing line on the weekly. Let's see what happens, okay? All right, let's go to the S&P. I don't even think we looked at the S&P on the weekly. Anything. Nothing on the weekly. Oops. Yeah, look at that. Lowest weekly candle close confirmed since April 3rd. Qs, not the Ds. Lowest daily candle close since May 15th. Confirmed what? If you're in the know, you understand what was painted, and I've never seen this happen before in my life, okay? Where you have 3 falling peaks, and at the tail end of the 3 falling peaks over the course of 90 days, a falling 3 methods caps it off. And now we got the follow through. That's like one of the most incredible things I've ever seen on a chart on the weekly. Like, you know what it reminds me of? Something like Cardano's monthly, when it had a rising 3 methods on the monthly and then went up 100+% after that. So that's beautiful. That never happens. I've never seen that before. But you'd always think, man, their names are so like close together. You think maybe one day and we saw it on the Qs. Beautiful. Dow Jones Industrial Average, the lowest weekly candle close since March. Bearish engulfing candle last week. Formal bearish back test of key inflection point from history as resistance, and then follow through. You have now officially, on the weekly, the Dow Jones, you have fallen into the bearish control zone. Anything below 40, bearish control zone. A lot of downside potential before you become oversold. Lowest RSI reading on the Dow Jones Industrial Average since October last year. So 52-week lows on the weekly RSI on the Dow Jones. IWM on the weekly. Now puts love it, man. So officially, let's get some Jesus chimes here. There it is. Lowest weekly candle close confirmed on the Russell 2000 ETF, the IWM, since October 26th of 2020. Officially 3-year lows, and officially you've taken out the June 13th of 2022, October of 2022 lows. It has occurred. That is a very significant development for an index that had been sideways for 530 days. You're now seeing resolution because the stage was set with the lower highs, lower lows going into a no trend. The prevailing trend would resume eventually after the buyers realized, wow, dude, we are not in control at all of this asset. Whoever sold is not coming back in. 3 times they tried and failed, and they realized, all right, time to relent and let's go push the price. Let's let these sellers that are in control of this market take over, and let's see where there would be, better prices. Well, 160 is coming up, and then if you break 160, it's an easy 145. I think 145 would be an adequate target at this point. So I think we've got a good 10+% downside on the Russell 2000. So any small cap is a joke, about to get hit even harder. $155 makes virtually no sense, right? Look at the historical price action on the weekly between 145 and 160. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And at one time, but that's the way I pick my ice lines, is like what makes the most sense and what has the most touches. What most of the time happens. Not, oh, well, one time it hit 152 and then reversed, but then look, straight up, down, up, right? So you would be straight down. That would be your target, 145, 144, once that 160 breaks. Colonel Crypto, don't make me demote you. Capo, just kidding. So weeklies, still looking at weeklies here. What about Paramount, dude? But my movies, my Taylor Swift, it didn't matter. You doing anything with Taylor Swift meant nothing. Paramount officially has closed at its lowest price on the weekly since August 31st, 2009. Do you understand that just happened like an hour ago? Hour and 7 minutes ago. This is a huge company. Broadcasting, man. You're taking out the lows when the whole world economy stopped. It's official now. And it wasn't even official. It was official last week, barely. But now the follow through is really concerning, man. So 1021 and below that, you lose half your value fast. But you've got to love the price action we've been receiving the whole way down, man. Confirmed distribution, even here, like 1, 2, and then look like a lower high. You gotta love the price action. Kind of telling you what could be coming next, and it's been coming next and keeps going. Pin Gaming, same situation. Just terrible. Like, look at this. Look at your weekly here, man. Lowest weekly candle close confirmed since technically April 27, 2020. On your way to the next support. We've been waiting and waiting. 1740, 1772. You're almost there. You'll be there probably next week. And ENR. Well, so unfortunately, what's happening on this one is, you had a piercing line reversal a couple weeks ago, a little fall through, but unfortunately, there was this massive inflection point from history that I would never fight with. This is only bearish. Energizer is only bearish now because all that's happening is sellers are reconfirming the validity of an area that has been support and resistance before. And I'm talking, go back to the beginning, 2015 on Energizer Holdings. Look, the most recent discernible event, formal bearish back test of that old all-time low, is resistance. You cannot be bullish. You have to be bearish. You would never want to own an asset that's doing stuff like this ever. I don't care what happens next. You would never own crap like this. And this is another one that is testament to it looked great. It looked good, man. Like high or low spring back test coming off the lows. Good chance. Hey, man, nice rally occurred, but then lower high. Then you had earnings, freaked out the market, and then you rallied. And then, so that was a lower high than previous high, and then another lower high. And as soon as that happened, I made sure to ping everyone in the Discord or in the Patreon. You cannot be bullish. This is extremely bearish price action. You flip back below 200 and then just has a massive drawdown. And then a little hammer here on the daily ushered in the bear market rally. And then how did it conclude? Well, with a shooting star reversal. How great is that? A bullish hammer into a shooting star, almost evening star reversal. Man, all these charts are so educational, man. There's so much we can learn. Watching the price correlate to historic levels, at the same time identifying harmonics completing, deep retraces with Fibonacci, Bukowski structures, oscillators, Wells Wilder. Dude, it's just like amazing, man. I don't know how you get tired of this stuff. Oh, man. I don't know how much longer I can do this, man. I'm trying to stay alive, you know, for morale. I mean, I know like looking at all this bear stuff might be bad for morale, but for the right people, for the real ones that truly have let the traditional technical analysis into their heart, none of this is bad. Literally all of this is very good because this is TA respect. You don't fight the trend. You knew the trend was bad. You knew that the attempted rally going on all year was probably going to conclude at a 786 or an 886, maybe even a 113. And it has. And now all the bearish stuff is developing at those levels, and it's playing out now. Catch and follow through. CL, my God, dude. Well, you know, it's distribution out the yin yang, and below all these levels, man, it's like a freaking heart rate monitor. But I would think eventually $60 looking at this chart. Below the 200 week, look at these two highs. Lower than this high, and these highs are lower than this high. It's just someone is subtly offloading a massive position. I think you're going to mark down to the next big level at $60, where you saw the COVID crash. Yeah. Let's go to Nike. Remember, Nike's going to recover. Well, the M shape completed. But again, man, it's like, that's fine. You know, I'm going to be the last one going short at an 886, completing an M shape, even in a bearish trend. Last one. But it's going to take a lot of stuff to happen for me to trust an asset. And just because you type 1 doesn't mean crap. Look at this. I mean, coming back down to 89, 88, $90 again. And what happens when it doesn't hold and we continue to draw down? It's been pretty weak so far. A whole month of rallying, and that whole month has done nothing. Like the lowest high of the whole downtrend. And the whole Disney thing, right? I know like a couple people were excited about Disney, but it's like, dude, this is what happens in bear markets, man. Yeah, you might have had a pattern that was somewhat reliable, but remember the other part, if it is reliable and you're in a downtrend, there's a good chance it's going to underperform. This thing didn't even perform. It was a false bullish breakout. And now you're right back down to that same very key level. And if no bids come in, man, soon. Look, dude, that's the COVID crash low. The whole world economy was shut down. The whole world economy has been open for business. And you're trading at the same price. Once 78.65 to 79.12 breaks, I'm thinking $67 in time. So that's the most recent discernible event. What? I'll show you. Forget the wedge for now. We can drop back again if we start rallying. But the most recent discernible events, chat, confirmation of distribution. Confirmed. Far less market participants involved with this asset than before, than before, than before. The lowest highs of the entire downtrend. Bearish. It just is. Weekly? Confirmed. Jesus chimes. Lowest weekly candle close confirmed on Disney since April 21st, 2014. So even at the nadir of the COVID crash, traders are settling up far lower than 2020. So this is like real. This is very real stuff. This was Rudy Poo. Fake, Fed intervention, V-shape, okay. This is not fake. This is very real. You're not going to be as lucky on the second time. We can continue. So bear contrarian. I want to let that play. As we see Bitcoin always on the screen just above my head, sitting at 33,850, doing fine, just fine. Resetting the oscillators on the daily because they were nuclear. They were hitting 88 to 90. Anytime that happens, historically, Bitcoin will pause at least for a week, a few days, just to get down to 70, 75, and then maybe run again. Which I think, like, you know, based on the amount of time we spent at 31K, failing to break it, 28.8, and now we just broken it so seamlessly. To me, I think that's real. And there's like where 35K is, it's a psychological level. Like I think that'll be broken. I think like the major level on the weekly is 38K to 40K. I think we'll see that sooner rather than later. But again, cooling off, relaxing, resetting oscillators. I don't know what's taking so long, Harry Contrarian. I don't know. It's supposed to pop up.
Have you checked out Forex pairs like Israeli new shekel to US dollar and USD to Ukrainian currency? They have been shredded. Are we buying these countries for pennies?
Thank you, dude. For the 20, I don't know. I mean, I haven't in the ILS in a minute. Let's see. ILS. Israeli shekel to the US dollar. Yeah, collapsing. Wow, dude. I mean, if this chart has all the data, 43 minutes. Wow. You just happen to be bringing up something that that will be in the history books in 43 minutes. It will be the lowest weekly candle close since the inception. Well, 2012, I'm pretty sure the Israeli shekel goes back further than 2012. But on this chart, on the ICE chart, please find me more data on another chart, and I'll be glad to look at it. Just type in the chat. But on this chart, it would be all-time lows on the close. Like you're taking out the low from March 2015. But yes, this has certainly been crashing, like bad. Crazy, dude. Nice request. Just not based on any sort of trade setup. Just that's information that a lot of us didn't have or didn't think about. And wow, that's terrible, dude. I love that though, you know, the resistance, support. Once it broke, straight line down to the lows. It's crazy. That's right, Brad. Typically, we're not looking for the highest high or the lowest low to be taking longs ever. We're not looking for the second or third low, like that are higher than before. That's what we're looking for. I don't even know what's the Ukrainian currency, dude. Like what? Ukraine. Oh, how are the Ukrainian bonds doing, bro? Oh my god, never seen anything like that in my life on a trading view. My bear flag, dude. Yeah. Anyway, Ukrainian hryvnia to the US dollar. All right, but I want to see the US. Well, yeah, this is going to be bad, probably, right? Yeah, this is the Ukrainian hryvnia. Sorry, I'd never even seen this in my life. I didn't know the name of their currency pair. So It's my own fault. My own stupidity and ignorance, but yeah, I mean, like, it's terrible. I don't even what is even happening now, like on the chart. I think the data is so like broken. I have no idea. It's just sitting at all-time lows. We'll probably sit here forever. All the currency pairs have been getting wrecked this week. You don't know, like with the euro. Well, it was worse. So I guess it's not as bad. But remember, I guess. Let's see, daily. It was the 3 drives. It was the bearish 3 drives. The era there. Someone requested this. I don't know, the past month ago, and they were asking what I thought. I'm like, to me, it seems like a bearish 3 drives rule of 3 situation where on the 3rd high like this, that'd be a reversal, and it certainly happened. And now 105, and it's not saying I was right. I'm just saying, look, again, it's all about pattern recognition. You recognize something from history and it's a unique situation. Every chart is in a unique situation, so it doesn't mean it's going to repeat itself, but it ended up repeating itself, right? Happens all over. 1 high, the 2nd high, the 3rd high. The 3rd high, that's the exit. That's the ejector seat on the take profit or the short. Okay, so anyway, buyers defended 105. It's a very real level from history. Look at this. I mean, it's so important. I don't know if it's going to hold, man. So low from 2015, multiple times. It's been defended by buyers. March 2017, spring back test. Very real. And here you are again, just sitting there. I don't know if it's going to hold. Some very real hidden bearish divergence going on. Like, at least it's trying to develop anyway, from a high to the much lower high. Japan's bringing PlayStations. Multi-year highs, right? Or if you flip the chart, if it was US dollar, Japanese yen, multi-year lows. Anyway, just, hey, that's a completed M shape, you know? Call me when there's a real reaction, because there hasn't been one yet. So, yes, M shape. Lower than the 886. A gap fill, sitting at a gap fill from 1990. That recently, well, that hit actually last year, a year ago. We had a gap filled from what, 33 years ago? Good, 32 years ago when it filled last year. All right, so 6.584 tenths of a cent is the next support. And then there's another gap to fill at 6.381 tenths of 1 cent down there. Yep, Chinese yuan also wrecked. Yeah, dude, yep. DXY is the king. DXY is a dumpster fire, but it's a crap rolls downhill situation. Where, yes, this is the king of the crap. And everything below the king of the crap is worse than crap. So yeah, but like, cool. It's almost like a bull pull bull flag breakout happened, but can you trust it? I don't know, man. The way the other currency pairs looks like they're getting ready for lower prices, and the DXY buyers are defending 105.64 here, holding it. So yeah, it looks kind of like it's setting up for higher prices. We'll see. How about we look at like Bitcoin to the Israeli shekel? How about that? Forget the US dollar. Interesting. I figured it'd be a lot better in performance than this, but so you got your levels clearly, and not much to really look at. No, just 200 moving average, meh. Kind of interesting how it's underperforming. I mean, like, bad. It's like it hadn't even taken out size from early October. Weird. It's range bound, man. But probably good. Because higher lows lately. Huh. All right. Bitcoin to the Venezuelan whatever peso. All-time highs. How does it Venezuelan? What? The BRX Bolivar. That's at the Bolivar. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. Well, no, this can't be it. Yeah, I don't think this is it. This might be using VRX as like there's a stock called that, so it might be that, but maybe it's not even Venezuela. Maybe it's you know, it is Venezuela. I don't know. I don't know how to get the currency pair to actually line up. The Bolivar, yeah, but like you can't type in BTC to the Bolivar. All right, like this, that won't work. Yeah, see. Good one, Julia. Yeah, Sauron changed it to the ruble when he took over Middle Earth. I remember that. That was in the history books I learned in grade school. Anyway, let's just kind of look. Let's look at MasterCard. Earnings destroyed. Follow through. Some follow through today. It's like a rising wedge, false breakout, then the head and shoulders, right? Like, oh, it's back testing the level as support, but what was the follow through? Remember HCA? Yep. Got to be able to change. You got to be able to identify and monitor quick. Like within a week. Otherwise, massive drawdown. So 347 target eventually. SJM, that's just nonstop nukage, but beautiful stuff. Yeah, bear shark, 113, false bullish breakout from the high 2016, one time. Then the distribution was confirmed, and then even more distribution confirmed. Then below the 200, it was over. Someone was offloading their position from January all the way, really up until, dude, 233 days of the a major player offloading their position. And look at you now. You see what that represents and what that can manifest into. Once they were done, they were finally good with how much they sold, and the price dropped in 60 days 22.5%. That's it, man. You can learn to read what the composite man's doing. Just learn the highs and lows and what they represent. Anyway, I guess we're good, man. Guess we're good. I could look all day at these charts, but meh. Call me when something exciting happens on Bitcoin again. Maybe I'll stick around. Bitcoin to VES. Is that it? No, this isn't it either, because again, Bitcoin paired to the Venezuelan Bolivar hit all-time highs. Several other currency pairs as well, like last night. All right, well, thank you all for watching. Pretty tired here. Been live for 2 hours and 30 minutes roughly. So if you have enjoyed the stream and the analysis and the coverage and the education-centric environment, please hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Please be sure to join the Discord if you have not. The Discord link is pinned above in the chat. It is free to join the Discord. Please understand that. There are free educational resources in there, the source material only. If you want to get your feet wet into what I talk about on my streams all day, joining my Discord is the perfect way to begin your journey or to enhance what you already know, to learn more. So thanks again for everything. I hope you'll have a wonderful weekend, a better weekend than the equities market on the drawdowns we've been seeing lately. The only thing that would summon me back to live stream would be Bitcoin breaking 35K this weekend. Until then, I'll be back Sunday for Power Hour for the weekly candle close. But until then, respect the TA.
go.